Hey everybody, what's up going on? And welcome back to another edition of Action Sunday. And this week, and maybe for the next few weeks, there's going to be a bit of a theme to these reviews. I'm going to be looking at some action sequels. Yes, some of them will be long overdue because a few people, including a couple of subscribers, have told me, is like, man, it's been a while since you actually reviewed like a follow-up from this movie or that movie. And I'd be like, you're right. It's been a long overdue. So that's what I'm doing this week. I'm looking at Escape from Los Angeles, the quote-unquote successor to Escape from New York. Now, I have reviewed Escape from New York on this channel, but not on this segment. And if you've been a lifelong subscriber of mine, go watch my review back during my 80s-a-thon. My goodness, it feels like so long ago. And then you'll hear about my take about Escape from New York. So let's bring you guys up to speed. So Escape from New York. John Carpenter classics. Snake Plissken has to get into a corrupt, dystopian New York that's essentially like a prison island to rescue the president, whose plane crashed and shot down is somewhere in Midtown Manhattan. And of course, it just goes from there. He tries to get him out, but now roles are kind of reversed. So we flash ahead like good God, 7-8 years now, because that was the 80s. Now we're in like 95, 96. Obviously, it's a different president, and obviously things have definitely changed. And of course, instead of New York, it's Los Angeles. And what they explained in the story is that somehow Los Angeles was struck by a 9-point-something magnitude earthquake that essentially has transformed it into a cut off like Los Angeles from the rest of California. I think it's like from North Hollywood or Malibu all the way down to Burbank and that area. I forget what it was, but you got my point. So literally, that entire area is now one big prison island. It's just run. It's kind of like the inmates running the asylum, and essentially, it's like this. The president is essentially like, how I say, super alt-right. That essentially, if anybody doesn't abide to his laws, oh, you're sent to the island. Yeah. So, hey, Los Angeles, this might happen to you. But anyway, that's a personal opinion. That's my own personal opinion aside. But anyway, so what does Snake Plissken got to do? Well, let's see. Instead of going to rescue a president, he's going to be working his ass for this corrupt president by trying to go into Los Angeles to take out this guy, Cuervo Jones, and possibly kill his rebellious daughter or bring her back home. So, yeah, I'm like, this is why I figured why this movie flopped and why fans did not like this. But and there's another reason why I think no one liked this one, because let's think about this. Escape from New York obviously was obviously like a very scary dystopian future with a good setting. The visuals were great, but that's the 80s. 80s cheese at its finest. Here we're looking at early mid-90s garbage, and I mean that in the literal sense. Some of these visuals and set pieces look like garbage. I can't stress it enough. It's like a cookie cutter set that I've seen before. It's like I said, some of these visuals are, I'm gonna say, they're like on Highlander 2 level, like bad visuals. Like, yeah, if you guys remember that, like how dark and red it was before it was digitally remastered and restored and removed all the tastes of the aliens. But that's Highlander 2. I might get to that eventually, okay? But let's talk about Los Angeles and Escape from Los Angeles. That to me, none of it just clicked, but it was good to see Kurt Russell slip naturally into this no-nonsense, I don't like rebellious anti-hero, aka Snake Plissken, and I really like this. But of course, a bit of an interesting change-up from his old iconic look to this new iconic look. Instead of like wearing the camouflage and the combat stuff, now he's just all jet black leather, and I'm like, it's like he goes from, like I say, she goes from being Rambo to like a super sexy spy. I don't know. It's just weird how to describe it. But I don't know. No, take your pick. But while this look is iconic, but I personally prefer his original look they had in Escape from New York. But yeah, not much else I can say. Like the story, it's a cluster. But there is one good jarring similarity between these two movies, is that they both have a very strong all-star power cast. In the first one, you had, outside Kurt Russell, you had Lee Van Cleef and Donald Pleasance and Isaac Hayes. Here, you've gotten, my goodness, too many names. Stacy Keach, and Pam Greer's in this. Yeah, would you believe that? Cliff Robertson, R.I.P. There's like George Corface. There's a couple of names that you would know. It's like, if I showed you a picture, you would know who these are. It's like perfect. Oh, and Bruce Campbell. How did I forget Bruce Campbell? He's completely unrecognizable because this is the one thing that was a little unsettling for me. Like some of the makeup effects were just god awful, terrible. Like because he's like I say, he's virtually unrecognizable because Bruce Campbell plays like a plastic surgeon, like the Surgeon General as he is, and I'm like, good lord, it's like why did they give him this look? It doesn't fit him. But that's just me. If anybody has followed Bruce Campbell, was a big Bruce Campbell fan, I think you'll understand what I'm talking about. But anyway, there's not much I can say when it comes to action. Sure, there is some good moments. There's like a good chase scene. There's some good fighting. There's some explosions reserved. Good amount of reserved explosions, especially when it comes towards the final act. We got the helicopter. There's explosions. My goodness, there's a lot happening. Then, of course, leads to the biggest, scariest cliffhanger ending. It's like, oh my God, is the world over? Is America defenseless? Well, Snake did it. So, who knows? Then he's like, welcome to the human race. And it's like, so it kind of leaves the door open for another one. But I'm glad they didn't because, seriously, I really think they should have just stuck to the original story of Escape from New York, kept it like that. But here it just doesn't click. And to me, I feel like this is not the strongest sequel in the world. I really felt like if you want to make it better, seriously, make some of these characters' backstories like easy to remember and not so convoluted that make you go, what the hell? Then why is she the villain when we should be rooting for her? Why are we doing this? I mean, who's the real bad guy here? Well, you take your pick, all right? So with that in mind, I'm going to give Escape from Los Angeles a 4.5 out of 10. Like I said, the only redeeming qualities is the action, is some of the action set pieces. The visuals are terrible. The story is clunky as shit. The all-star cast is just does what they can, but their overall presentation is just far below average. I really think they would have improved on it more, and I really think this would have been a good, solid sequel. Because again, there's a lot of disconnect, and I really think they should have just not made this movie at all. All right, that does for this week. Let me know what you think. Thumbs up this video, subscribe to my channel. Let's take care for some more awesome and exciting videos.